From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today is Thursday. It's December 22nd, 2016, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And where in the world are we today?
We are at the Wayne Center with the exhibit of the North Pole Reindeer Stable.
Well, now this is really cute.
It is cute.
It is cute, yeah. In fact, we were here the other day for the employees' luncheon, Christmas luncheon, Wayne County Employees' Christmas luncheon, and this was part of the stage setup.
That's correct.
And here, that's is really neat. Well, and they're all here, aren't they?
They're all here.
Including Rudolph over there in the corner there. You saw him when we opened the scene there. How about that? Good old Rudolph. Ha, ha, ha. Oh. Coming up, we've got the Paramount Theater. And I have their schedule here for the holidays. Paramount Theater will be open from 9 until noon and from 1 until 5 through Thursday, which is today. Be open today from 9 till noon and 1 till 5 through today. Then they will be closed the 23rd through the 26th, which would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Those 4 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right?
That's right.
Okay, 23rd through 26th. Paramount will be closed those days, but it'll be open 9 to noon and 1 to 5 today. And speaking of the Paramount, some of the things that are going to be going on there, January 13th, of course, you know the Malpass brothers are going to be there entertaining everybody, and tickets are about sold out. In fact, if you plan on seeing the Malpass brothers on January 13th, you can simply tell by the fact that the tickets are almost sold out that it's going to be a great show because everybody loves these guys. These two young men from Goldsboro have really, really taken by storm almost the entire country because they're just fantastic. Father of the Bride is a great play, and I was talking with Jeff Holtz yesterday about this, and he is, of course, one of the main characters in there. Of course, he's a character anyway, as you know, Jeff. But Father of the Bride is going to be performed Friday and Saturday, January 20th. And 21st. January 20th and 21st at the Paramount Theater. Okay? Father of the Bride. That's a fantastic play. It's very, very funny. Movie night on January 22nd will be Gandhi, 35th anniversary. Gandhi, 35th anniversary of Gandhi. And Tim Meadows from Saturday Night Live will be performing on January 27th. That's pretty much the lineup for next month. There will be a lot of other things as well, but those are some of the highlights at the Paramount Theater for January.
Great stocking stuffers.
You know, that's a good idea.
That's right.
Get tickets and give them as gifts. Tickets to The Father of the Bride. That's a very funny play, and you will enjoy that. Directed by Margaret Badur. We all know Margaret. And she does a great job. She's been doing this for a long time. Very talented director. Well, everything she does, she has a lot of put all into it. She's very talented. Tickets to Tim Meadows, right? Very funny guy. And to the movie Gandhi. Okay, Wayne County Arts Council of Wayne County, the ACWC. The Art Beat this month will include a mobile cause campaign. I have no idea what that is. It says here that they're excited to announce that you now have a new option for making donations to the Arts Council of Wayne County. Text the keyword arts to 41444, and you'll receive a link to the donation page. And then once you're on that donation page, you can select from a set donation amount, or you can pledge any amount of your choice. You'll also have the option of selecting a single or a recurring donation, and that is at Now you can text 41444 and use the keyword arts to make that donation. Now the father or daughter artist and not quite normal objects fill the galleries. Not quite normal objects. That's what it says. Start the new year right with First Friday and an opening reception for Creative Passion and Size Matters exhibits on January 6th. That begins at 5 p.m. to explore the exhibits, enjoy some light refreshments, and browse through the art market. Anyway, that's two shows, one called Creative Passion, the other called Size Matters. Okay. That's at the Arts Council of Wayne County, 102, 201, 103, 303, 102. It's at the corner of John and Walnut Street downtown. And on January 20th, the Arts Council of Wayne County will have the Jazz Showcase 2, 3, 4. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, that's featuring Melva Houston. Will be in at the Arts Council singing a little heart out. Okay. So you can make again, a reminder, you make your arts to 41444 to arts and text the word arts. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, boogie, boogie. 2, 3, 4. Scuba and teeing. Here we go. You can do that on a Friday, and it's coming up on Friday. What?
You are skiing and tubing.
That's what I meant to say. Didn't I say that?
Nope.
January 13th. January 13th, February 3rd, and March the 3rd are all Fridays. And you will be having an opportunity to sign up to go to Wintergreen this day. Go to Wintergreen and tube and ski. Or scuba and tee. Anyway, Parks and Recreation Department putting this on. What?
Nothing.
Okay, skiing for $60 and tubing for $25. Have yourself a grand old time. And you have to leave at 5 a.m., okay? And you don't get back till 10 p.m. But there'll be a whole lot of scuba and teeing in the meantime there. So if you have any questions at all, you can contact them. This is in January 13th, February 3rd, and March 3rd as well. 739-7449, 739-744-4444, 234. 739-7449 is the number to call for more information, right?
That's correct.
Okay, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
Beekeepers of the News have a program coming up. What's going on?
It's the 2017 beekeeping class.
Okay.
It will be held January the 7th through February the 4th.
I see.
At the Wayne County Corporative Extension Office at 208 West Chestnut Street. The classes begin at 9. You can register at 8 and will last till 1. And you can register you can pre-register and pay at the Wayne County Corporative Extension Office. And you can contact them at 919-731-1520. Okay. You can mail your registration form and check to the Beekeepers of the Noose, which is at P.O. Box 977, Goldsboro. Or you can do it on-site registration, which begins at 8.
3 ways to register. Very good. $50 a person, is that right?
$50 per person, $75 per family.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's great. That's a great deal. So if you got 30 kids, that really breaks down the price. You know, and then the kids don't have to pay you quite as much each one. What? Okay. We're going to go to our interviews now. Is that okay?
That's fine.
We're going to our interviews now. And then we'll be back after we're through with that, okay? We'll be back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we're at Habitat for Humanity on Mulberry Street. We're here with Matt Whittle. Matthew, hey bud.
Hey, how you doing, Wayne?
I am doing great.
Good
man.
to see you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming today.
Yes, sir. Nice red shirt, green tie. You're in the mood.
Absolutely, in the Christmas spirit, ready to go.
That's great. Okay, now first of all, somebody said a minute ago that what's wrong with your ceiling here? What happened?
All right, so we'll address the elephant in the room. So when Hurricane Matthew came through, of course, everybody had some damage. We had some rain damage. Water came in from the roof, and basically we lost ceiling tiles. Had lost some inventory, but we're in the process of getting all that fixed. And we just figured, rather than trying to rearrange everything, move all our Christmas stuff during the holidays, once we get past the first of the year, we'll take care of that. So,
and so, how does it feel to have a hurricane named for you? I mean, really?
I tell you, it was awkward. You know, those first couple days, especially those first few days afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, All right, I've heard that joke before.
Yeah,
All
that's
right, let's
old.
find
It's
the
getting
new
old.
joke. So
Right, gotcha.
no, it was interesting.
Okay.
I'm hoping they retire that one.
Okay. Well, see, my name starts with a W, and it probably
They never get to
never
it.
get there.
You hope
okay.
anyway.
No, I hope anyway. Wow, look at the store. The store looks great. You've got so much stuff in here.
Absolutely, we've had a lot of good donors who are consistent donors bringing in their furniture. There's home goods, there's items that when they're cleaning out their houses this time of year. A lot of people think spring is a good time of year for donations, but they forget there's a group of folks who like to clean out right before the holidays.
Yeah.
I got to make room for the new presents. Got to make room for family coming in using that spare bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Got to clean it out from
Yeah.
what's accumulated. But we also recently, excuse me, had a donation from a local wholesaler of home interior items, Park Designs and Split P up on Gateway Drive in Industrial Park. They came to us after Hurricane Matthew and said, we want to be your partners in sharing. They said that we have excess inventory that we haven't been able to sell, we haven't been able to do anything with. It's just been sitting here. We want to get it out into the community to make it available for folks who lost items during the hurricane to purchase at a low price, and at the same time partnering with Habitat, because anything that's purchased, of course, through the restore, those proceeds go back into our home building efforts and what we do in the community.
You know what? That's Park Designs, man. That's big. That's big
It
stuff.
is.
That
It's
great.
nice stuff. It's been an amazing partnership with them so far. Excuse me. We're looking forward to continuing that. But they've donated some really nice new items, very gently touched items, and it's been a hit in the community. We've seen a lot of traffic as the word has gotten out. A lot of people coming in just to see that.
Wow, that is just fantastic. But you have so many things in here now. You moved the
Absolutely.
books back here.
We did. We moved the books.
Why
to
is
the,
that? What happened?
Well, we had some people come in, some consultants come in, a program that the community college and the chamber had collaborated on.
Yeah, okay.
And so we talked to them about how do we make sure the store flows well.
Right.
And they suggested moving the books to the back corner there.
Okay.
And it's been popular. Folks like having this little it's almost like a little reading
A
nook.
little area, yeah, a little
that
area.
they can sit there and peruse without having to worry about folks looking at furniture and everything else. It's their own little section, and it seems popular. I know you like the books. So,
I like the books.
So
I
check
do.
it out. It's user friendly.
Wednesday is a special book day,
Right.
right?
Wednesday we have the book sales. I believe
Five
it's five books for a buck.
Five books for a buck.
So I had almost a tongue twister there. We have five books for $1. And that's a great. You can't beat that deal anywhere.
Now you mentioned the furniture. This looks brand new. This beautiful sofa here. Now
Yes,
they can't
sir.
see it on camera right now, but you have a lot of things.
We do. We have a lot of furniture that comes in. Every once in a while, you get those pieces of furniture that to be honest, they're a little bit beat, a little bit ragged, and that's to be expected. But it is amazing how often we get furniture in that is high quality, good furniture, things that can easily be put in anybody's home, and just. It's something we sell at low prices.
And we really don't want to mention the generosity, the name of the companies that are so generous in donating, like Jernigan Furniture.
Like
We're not
Jernigan
gonna
Furniture, we won't. No.
We're not going to mention their name at all.
They've always been a good partner
They are good
for
people.
us
Yeah.
in providing furniture from time to time. They've done real well by us, and we of course are wishing them the best as they work through their issues after Hurricane Matthew.
After Hurricane Matthew,
So
your hurricane.
everything comes back to that.
You got clothing back here.
Right, we have the clothing, we have rugs, we have throws and pillows and all those sorts of textiles. You name it, we have it in some fashion or other here in the store. We have upstairs, we have sporting goods upstairs. We have cabinets and sinks and toilets and
Doors and
windows
and
and
paint.
dressers and paint. And if you don't find it down here, look
It's
upstairs because it's probably there.
Even the kitchen sink.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. And these chests back over here, those are beautiful. They
Those
came from Park?
They did. Those came from Park Design. Those have been real popular. They're a set, stackable set, and folks have been eating those up. They've really enjoyed them.
There's a piano, spin-it piano there.
Yes, sir.
A spin-it, and you've got all kinds of lamps, you've got furniture, you've got clothing, you've got tables, you've got knickknacks, you've got paddywhacks. On the thing over here, you got stuff.
You have everything. Like we said, if you can't find it downstairs, look upstairs. If you can't find it upstairs and you can't find it downstairs, you probably don't need it.
Well, that's right. That's right.
Because if you need something, I guarantee you'll
will
find
find
it in the store. And look, if you don't find it on Tuesday, come back on Thursday, and we'll probably have it then.
Probably have it then. That's right, because you're always changing inventory.
Absolutely,
Something's
absolutely.
always coming in.
That's the beauty about taking donations, is you never know what's going to be in that box that somebody's bringing in, or what's going to be on the truck that has been out all day picking items up from folks' homes.
Store hours are?
Store hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 9 to 5, and then Friday and Saturday, 9 to 6.
Now, what are you doing for Christmas?
For Christmas, we have a special sale on Friday, so the 23rd, Christmas Eve, as we call it in my house.
Eve. Yeah.
So we're having a big 35% off sale that day.
Really?
And then after Christmas, the Tuesday after Christmas, of course, we'll be having an after Christmas sale for that for a portion of that next week.
Now, your Christmas Eve sale, is that 35% off selected items?
Yeah, 35% off the entire store.
What?
35% off the entire store.
You're kidding. It's already cut down as low as you'd want to go.
Oh, that's true. But this is our Christmas gift to you, to the community. 35% off
everything.
Everything.
That's a deal. I tell you what, man, that is a deal. Are you closed Monday after Christmas?
We are. We're closed Monday after Christmas.
Okay.
Let our employees and everybody continue to celebrate the holidays with their families.
All right. But then you reopen Tuesday and a big day.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that next week, and then continuing that momentum, of course, into the next year. Because like I said before, the one thing to remember is that when you buy here at the Habitat Restore, all the proceeds from here get recycled back into the community, back into our home building efforts to help the families that we work with to build their homes that they purchased. We don't give them away.
That's right.
But to help the families that we partner with as they are building their own homes, and we're just a small player, and giving them the opportunity to make that happen.
Habitat is running public service announcements on broadcast media. That would be television and radio. And they're trying to make the point that it is not a giveaway program.
Absolutely. That's one of the, believe it or not, Habitat for Humanity International, this is its 40th anniversary. So for 40 years, we've been trying to explain to people that we don't give homes away. Here in Wayne County, we've been explaining that since 2001, that we don't give homes away. Right. And most people understand that, but we still want everybody to make sure they know that, because that's important. It's a hand up, not a handout, like the old saying goes. We work with families, and they're the ones that are putting in their sweat equity, putting in the work, paying for their homes.
That's right.
And they're earning it just like you or I would go out and buy a house ourselves.
Exactly. And right now we're working on what house number?
We're working to close homes 71 and 72.
Wow.
So we'll be starting 73. It's already underway, but we start opening it up to volunteers after the first of the year.
Okay.
So.
All right, Matthew Whittle. What's the address here?
The address at the Restore is 124 East Mulberry Street. It's right across from the back of City Hall. So 124 East Mulberry Street.
Right across from the back of City Hall. Very
Absolutely.
good. All right, sir. And I thank you
yes,
so
sir.
much.
Thank
Matthew.
you. I appreciate
Christmas.
it. Merry Christmas. Always good to see you.
All right. We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. This is a Thursday, and this is the last day we're going to be here. Well, actually, the courthouse is closed tomorrow, okay? Courthouse is closed tomorrow and will not reopen until Wednesday of next week. So the courthouse is closed the 23rd through the 27th, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And the Wayne County Public Libraries, all branches, is closed on Saturday, the 24th,
Right.
Monday and Tuesday, the 26th and 27th.
Very good.
And solid waste and convenience centers
Yes.
are closed Saturday, the 24th.
Saturday only. They're closed
Saturday only.
So they're open Friday and they're open Monday.
That's correct.
Okay. And if you still have gifts to wrap, you can have that done today or tomorrow at Berkeley Mall, because the Goldsboro Mayor's Youth Council will be wrapping gifts for a small donation, or for a donation. I keep saying small. Give them what you can, all right? It'll be worth it. Goldsboro Mayor's Youth Council wrapping gifts today and tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 10 in the evening at Berkeley Mall. At Berkeley Mall, today and tomorrow. Coming up in January, successfully growing fruit trees. You know, last year it was about that time we went out to Kevin Johnson's house and we planted a pecan tree. Or is
Yes.
Or is it a pecan tree?
A pecan.
It's pecan. Yeah, I know that.
It's pecan for some people, but
Well,
it's
not
pecan
people
where
around
I'm
here.
from.
From where I'm from, it's pecan, and it's orange. Of course, we don't have oranges around here, but if we did, it would be orange. and pecan and apple. Apple. Okay. Successfully growing fruit trees. January 17th, coming up 6 till 8 p.m. at the University of Mount Olive at the Southern Bank Auditorium in Raper Hall. They're going to talk about and cover with you successfully growing fruit trees. Okay. Some people have fruit trees in their backyards and landscapes, but yet have lots of questions about the care of those fruit trees. This workshop will cover from planting to harvesting, including variety selection, site preparation, fertilization, and more. Lots more. If you would like to register for the workshop, you can call the Wayne County Extension Office, Cooperative Extension number 919-731-1520. For accommodations for persons with disabilities, call that number, 731-1520, no later than 5 business days before the event, which in this case would be the 12th. By the 12th, if you need special accommodations. The workshop will be presented by Dr. Mike Parker. Dr. Parker is the Extension Tree Fruit Specialist with North Carolina State University. Well, that's in Raleighwood. The workshop will consist of presentation, question and answer session, and handouts for participants. Sponsored by the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Horticulture Agents. In Duplin County, that's Tom Rosa. In Sampson County, it's Brad Hardison. And in Wayne County, it's our very own Jessica Strickland. Also by the University of Mount Olive Lois G. Britt Agribusiness Center. And if you have any questions, 919-731-1520. Okay? Okay, we covered 2 or 3 of these already.
Yes, we did.
Okie dokie smoky. So today's Thursday, and the county's offices are closed tomorrow. We won't be back until Wednesday of next week, but we will have a program tomorrow, Friday, the Friday before Christmas. I don't know what kind of program it's going to be, but we're going to have something there, see? Okay? Jingle McJack is still around the area, and tomorrow's the last day. I'm sorry, Mac Nickel.
Jolly McJingle.
That's what I was going to say next. Jolly McJingle is still around the area. He and his brother Jack are wreaking all kinds of havoc. All kinds. But they're hiding, and they're sitting in places where
Only Jolly is.
Only Jolly. Jolly's hiding. So you'll want to take a picture, a selfie, right?
That's right.
Help me out.
Jolly McJingle is in any downtown business, and you can go to downtown Goldsboro on social media, find the clue, then you go to that business, find Jolly, because he's hidden very well, and once you find Jolly, you take a selfie, and then you go back to the social media site on downtown Goldsboro, post your selfie, and you can earn downtown dollars.
Up to $35.
That's right.
That's right. And he's in a different place today. He's in a different place tomorrow. So find Jolly.
Before he goes back to the North Pole.
Ho, ho, ho. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, do be careful this time of year. And I say that you can do that 2 ways. Number 1, do not drink and drive. That is the biggest mistake you can make if you get caught. That is a big, big mistake because you pay dearly for it. It costs you a lot of money. You lose your license if you're caught drinking and driving. Is it worth it? No. Thank you. It is not worth it. Do not drink and drive. Just bottom line, it's not worth it. Have a designated driver or find a place in the floor and go to sleep. Maybe that's not a good idea. Call somebody. And the second thing you have to do is you may not be drinking and driving, but there may be somebody else out there who is drinking and driving. So drive defensively. When you're out driving, pay attention. Pay doubly attention to what you're doing and where you are and what's going on all around you this time of year. You just don't need that tragic occurrence. You don't need that headache. You don't need that problem where somebody accidentally runs into your car, somebody who's been drinking and driving. We recently experienced a tragic death of a young man here in Wayne County, allegedly at the hands of a man who was drinking while driving at a high rate of speed. It was a tragedy. That family's mourning. Do not let the same thing happen to you. Be on the lookout for people around you who are driving erratically, driving oddly. Don't let it happen to you. Do not drink and drive, and watch out, drive defensively. And that simply means to be careful and watch out what's going on. Do not be distracted. Do not text and drive. That's a distraction you just don't need. And it's also illegal.
Just don't be on the phone at all.
Don't be on the phone at all.
Pull off to the side of the road if you need to make a call.
Yeah. So there you go. And I ran into a license check the other day. They're out there. They're out there. You just don't need the hassle. I don't know who I am. We did all that. We're going to go back to our next interview on Wayne Goldsboro Television, and we'll be back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we're at the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. In fact, we're here in the Magistrate's office and in the courthouse. And we're talking with Denny Vickory, and Denny's a magistrate, right?
Yeah.
Denny, I appreciate you talking with us. How you doing?
Anytime.
Merry Christmas.
Back at you.
Denny, you are a magistrate. And I want to talk to you about what a magistrate is, because there's a lot of people that don't know what magistrates do. What is a magistrate? What do you do?
We're the entry point of the judicial system.
The entry point.
Correct.
It all starts right here.
Right.
Okay.
We're the executive branch of government, law enforcement,
Right.
will bring people to us and hand them off to the judicial system right here.
So this is 24/7.
Correct.
Somebody's in here all the time.
Right.
They come in through the side door of the William Street entrance to this office.
Right.
And somebody's always sitting here.
Correct.
And regardless of the time of day.
24/7, 365. We'll close for a couple hours at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but just for lunch, and then right back at it.
Okay. So lawbreakers or those who have been arrested come to this point, and then what happens? They're checked in or what?
Correct. In the situation where law enforcement brings them to us, we set the initial bond. We determine if this should be a secured bond or unsecured bond.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that is brought in is entitled to a bond outside of a capital case.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the power to set those bonds. The only exceptions to that are capital cases and domestic abuse cases. By law, those cases have to be set by a district court judge within the first 48 hours they're arrested. So we cannot set those bonds until a district court judge sees them.
Mm-hmm.
After 48 hours, we can set the bond.
Okay. So a capital case or domestic abuse, you can't set the bond for that.
Right.
How do you determine how much a bond on a particular person would be?
We have classifications of felonies that pretty much give us a range
Right.
of what to work in, but you always have exceptional circumstances, child abuse and that type of thing, that'll knock it out of that range.
So, Denny, would there ever be a time when the bond that you follow, you can either go higher or lower on it? Is that up to your decision?
Definitely. If the circumstances of the community safety is involved, we can raise it as high as we need to keep them here,
Right.
keep them secure. But everybody does have the right to make that bond.
Okay. And tell me about the bond. Now, when they bond out, when they're able to put bond up and bail out, if you will, how does that work? Let's say if somebody's under $1,000 bond.
Right.
What does that mean?
There are three ways for people to make bond in Wayne County. A Wayne County landowner with taxes current, not past due, can sign for them up to $5,000.
Okay.
Anything over that has to be twice that value, certified by a member of the bar, done with a deed of trust to the clerk of court. So technically, a $100,000 bond could be made good with a $200,000 free and clear house
Okay.
by any Wayne County landowner, but they would have to pay a lawyer to do that.
Right.
Second way they can get out is a bondsman, who usually is going to charge in the neighborhood of 10 to 15% of that bond.
Mm-hmm.
So a $100,000 bond, or just for round numbers, would cost them $10,000 to get out.
Right.
And the bondsman's responsible from that point forward. Of course, they can always post the cash and get it all back.
So they could post the cash on their own. If they had $100,000 lying around,
Right.
they could post that and then at court time, they get that money back.
And when the final dispensation of the course, they'll be able to could theoretically get all that cash
Okay.
back.
Okay. So, but if you're paying a bondsman 10% or 15% or whatever, that's paying
gone.
him that's gone.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You don't get anything back.
Correct.
Okay. Now, when someone is brought into you and they're processed and then they go into the jail and they're held there for whatever length of time, that could be for any reason at all. Anything. It all starts here,
Correct.
regardless of the charge.
Correct.
So, what are some of the misconceptions about your office? What does a magistrate not do? Is there anything you do not do?
I don't know what people think we do, so it's a hard question. to
Well,
answer.
I guess it is a hard question.
But one unusual thing about the job is that North Carolina is the only state in the union that allows citizens to take out warrants against citizens.
Really?
We're the only ones. And so that's most of our job is listening to citizens swear on the Bible, about a misdemeanor charge.
And we're the only state that'll do that.
Correct.
Now, that's interesting.
It really is.
So what would some of the charges be, for instance, if somebody took out a warrant on somebody else?
We get a lot of communicating threats.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and just various misdemeanor charges.
Yeah.
But all the way up to assault. They can charge all the way up to assault with a deadly weapon,
Really?
as long as it's a misdemeanor class.
Trespass and all that?
Yeah, second-degree trespass is big.
Somebody walking across my yard, I can take out a warrant on.
I've told them not to be in my yard, and they're in my yard. That's a second-degree trespass.
Is that right?
Right.
So I could actually come, would I come to you? Would I come in here and take out a warrant on John Doe?
We're required by law to listen to them, and if we find their story credible, we find probable cause, we issue the warrant. And that's how a lot of restraining orders and that type of thing are. They're not technically restraining orders, but we can, if somebody goes up and hits somebody on the street, we can have them arrested for that, let them go on an unsecured bond with the restriction that they not touch that person until this goes before a judge. So that effectively serves as a restraining order that kind of keeps the peace, which goes back to what our job was originally intended, justice of the peace, just to keep the general order of the society.
I think everybody who was ever an Andy Griffith fan remembers the story about citizens' arrest. But now North Carolina is not a citizens' arrest state, is it?
But we can issue warrants.
No, so they're very similar,
Right.
but different.
Correct.
Okay, that's very interesting. I had no idea about that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So they can issue a warrant, but they can't arrest. A citizen cannot arrest another citizen.
Detaining another citizen is a crime in this state.
Well, that's kidnapping, isn't it?
It was right. And you can't block somebody and you can't hold somebody against their will.
You cannot hold somebody against their will. All right, that's against the law.
Right.
And then that person could be arrested.
Correct.
Okay, which means that the person that they're holding could turn around and serve. And,
It could be.
take out a warrant.
They could do cross warrants.
Good gracious. So what can you do besides just take in people that are brought to you by law enforcement?
We have a civil division, I would call it. Two of our magistrates listen to the civil cases up to $10,000. They hear, and that's your basic Judge Judy type thing.
Okay.
So that's real interesting also.
So the landlord says he bashed in my door and I want to
Exactly.
get paid for it.
Those are the civil processes that are done and heard over in civil court, pretty much 4 days a week in the mornings.
Okay.
But like I say, a magistrate hears that. Now, both sides have the right to appeal that up to district court. Beyond that, but I think even the lawyers will tell you, a lot of the justice that happens in the courthouse is in that small claims court. It's just a common sense court, and I feel like it's a real effective way of people settling disputes.
I can see that. That's where and I hate to use the term lesser issues would be taken care of.
Yeah, under $10,000.
Under $10,000.
Right.
Civil cases, a car bump up perhaps, a scratch on the hood, or
It can come to that. I mean, but it's once again it's kind of black and white. And I would say as far as numbers go, the vast majority are rental ejectments. Is probably the largest volume of cases they have.
behind in the rent, so
Right, you got to go.
Got to go.
Right.
And if the tenant disagrees with that, then
But they do get their chance at that hearing to say
okay.
what
And
happened.
That's over in the courthouse, another part of the courthouse. Isn't it?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. That's on the second floor, I believe.
The first floor.
I knew that.
Yes, this was kind of the basement of the old courthouse.
Oh, the old courthouse. Yes, I know exactly where that is. So that part of the job stays rather busy as well. I see that that room quite active.
Yeah, it's pretty much wall to wall Monday through Thursday mornings.
Right. Well, now what about this side? You stay pretty active over here.
We do, and like I say, what we talked about earlier, the citizens' complaints make up most of that.
How many magistrates do we have?
9 in Wayne County.
9.
Right, and I think there are, I want to say, about 460 throughout the state and 9 in Wayne County, but we're a particularly active area.
I see that because out of 100 counties, 460, that would be roughly 4.5 per
Right.
county. We have 9.
Right.
Twice the number normally on average.
That's right.
So why is that? Are we just that bad?
We do some business.
Or we just have good law enforcement?
Both, I would say,
Okay.
but bottom line is our numbers are always justify the amount we carry.
So how does one become a magistrate? Are you appointed? Are you elected, or how does?
We're appointed. There's three qualifying ways. You have to have a bachelor's degree, or you have to have an associate's degree with 4 years related experience. And the third way, which is seldom used, is if you were a clerk of court for 8 years, no questions asked,
Really?
you can be a magistrate.
Really? Okay.
That's right.
Interesting.
And in our case, in this county, she knows more than all of us put together. So
That would be Pam Minshew.
that's right. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to ask, what kind of hours? I know 24/7 between 9 people. That's a lot of work.
That is. The shift work, kind of divides it up. Nobody wants the overnight shift, so we divide that equally between all of us.
Yeah.
So all of us will do at least 3 or 4 nights a month.
A month, really?
Right.
Overnight.
Right.
Is that when it's most active here at night, or?
And there are times a year. In the summer, I would say it's one of the busier shifts. But in the winter when it gets cold, people tend to stay inside.
They stay inside and
Right.
behave during the cold winter months.
It's less business when it's especially cold outside or raining.
All right. So where does a magistrate go from here? How long have you been a magistrate?
5 years.
5 years. So what do you do? Do you move up, or do you move sideways, a lateral move, or what?
You have steps inside the job, so you're all rewarded for longevity, and it's an appointed position. You have one initial 2-year terms, and they can kind of see if you're going to be good at the job,
Yeah.
and then you have appointed for 4-year terms after that.
Okay.
But you have to stay consistently good, take yearly continuing education, stay current, and but they have their chance at the end of every term to remove you, no questions asked.
No questions asked. They can just say, "Have a nice day."
Exactly.
Go.
Right. Well, they don't even have to fire; they just don't reappoint.
They just don't reappoint. So
Right.
you just know not to show up for work.
Exactly. You didn't get reappointed.
You didn't get reappointed. This has to be a very stressful job at times, or is it?
It is not to me. I mean, I find it. I find it highly enjoyable. It's you have a lot of almost comical situations.
I can imagine.
And also the civil cases are interesting to hear about too. But yeah, I enjoy the job a lot.
All right. So you plan on staying
Yeah,
as long as you,
as long as they want me.
as long as they want you.
Right.
You don't want to hear go.
It could be.
No, well, Denny, I appreciate you speaking with us. Denny Vickory is a magistrate here in Wayne County, and this has been very informative, knowing
Thank
what
you.
magistrates do. And Denny, I
appreciate
thank you
it.
very much, and Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you. Today with our Crime Stoppers report, we welcome Corporal Jason Adams. Hey,
Good morning.
how you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Corporal Adams, we have a shooting to talk about today. What's going on?
Yeah, back on the 18th, which was over the weekend on December 18th,
Right.
around 5 p.m. in the evening, we had a shooting over in Fairview Homes area, the 900 block of Fairview Circle.
Right.
So basically we got a call that came in of a subject that had been shot. When officers got on scene, they found Mr. Kenya Artis had a single gunshot wound to his back, and at that point he was transported to Wayne Memorial Hospital and later airlifted to Vidant, where he was treated and still being treated.
So he survived the shooting.
He did, yes. And officers basically started their investigation and received several statements that were taken that evening. And based right now on the statements, it appears an argument had kind of broken out while outside of the apartment area in the 911 Fairview Circle area. And at that point, a single gunshot and resulted in his injuries.
That's too bad. That is really too bad. So, do we know who did this?
At this time, we don't have any leads, no suspects or anything. So, the investigations unit is still actively working it, still talking to several people, but looking for any witnesses that might have been outside around that time.
So, is Mr. Artis saying he didn't know this?
Yeah, right now we haven't been able to talk to him as far as I'm aware.
I see.
And basically because of his treatment that he's having to undergo and everything, and the severity of the injury.
So we're looking for, do we have a description?
No description. Basically, the person that called was not in the area when he was shot.
I see.
So I haven't received any of that information.
So what we're looking for is someone who may have been there or saw something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or just walking by, you know, because it was about 5 p.m., so just right around getting dark and stuff, so still a little bit of light possibly that they may have seen somebody running in the area or anything that they may have seen.
Now, this is a felony, of course. It's assault with a deadly weapon, I presume.
This is assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury with intent to kill. So that would be what the charge would be. It is a felony.
So that means that once this person is captured, that means that the person who provides a tip perhaps or may be eligible for a reward.
Correct. Anywhere from starting about $100 to $1,000, up to $1,000.
Up to $1,000 reward money. Now, the number to call is 919-735-2255.
Yep.
And what's the number to text?
That's the same number.
The same number?
Same number. We changed that just recently, so making it easier for our callers and stuff. So they can also text the 919-735-2255.
That's the number to call. That's the number to text. And Corporal Jason Adams will take your information, and you will always remain anonymous. They don't even want to know who you are. So provide that information, and if it proves to be valuable to the solving of this case, you may be eligible for that reward money up to $1,000.
Yes, sir.
919-735-2255. Corporal Jason Adams with a Crime Stoppers report. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. And we're back with the final segment here from Wayne Center on Wayne Goldsboro Television. You know, next year, about this time, they're going to be close to finishing the new Ag Center, the new Maxwell Regional Agricultural and Convention Center and Farmers Market. And so we're going to be all excited about that. And it's moving along very nicely. And that building will replace this building. This building is over 50 years old and has served its purpose and done it quite well. And so we're going to be moving into new headquarters. This building will. Probably in early 18. Probably early January, February 18. We're all excited about that. Very quickly, the end of this month is the last day you can change your Medicare Part D if you were a victim of Hurricane Matthew. Hurricane Matthew victims who were not able to change their Medicare Part D during open enrollment period that ended on December 7th. You still have a chance if you were delayed or you could not get to change your Part D yet at that time. That has been extended to the end of the month. So you have until December 31st to get that open enrollment plan changed for Medicare Part D, okay? And here we are, a few days before Christmas. And I will remind you, please, if you are going anywhere, if you're traveling over the holiday weekend, remember, again, don't drink and drive, and watch out for people out there who may be. But go easy. This is a time of year that can be stressful on people. You have to remember the reason for the season and just take it in stride. Take it easy. Remember the children that are enjoying this time of year, and remember why we celebrate Christmas. It's an important time of year for most of us. So please drive cautiously. drive carefully. Do have a safe and a Merry Christmas. Any final words?
That's it.
Is that it? So from all of us here at Wayne Goldsboro Television, that's Bria McCoy, Pat Garner, and for the county commissioners and the Wayne County manager and all the staff, we appreciate you very much. And we'll see you after Christmas right here Wednesday morning on Wayne Goldsboro Television. And until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And did I say this is Wayne Goldsboro Television? I said this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.